this new project that we're going to be building here on Web3 Made, and it will be the NFT real estate marketplace. But I wanted to stop for just 1 second and highlight a really interesting EIP or ERC 6551 that was recently approved. This EIP, or Ethereum Improvement Proposal, is all about another layer of ownership for NFTs. So let's read through this Medium article and break it down. So ERC 6551, the future of NFTs. The world of blockchain technology is constantly evolving, and one of the most exciting developments is NFTs. NFTs have revolutionized the way we think about digital ownership, creating a new market for unique digital assets. However, as with any nascent technology, there are always improvements to be made. Enter ERC 6551. So what is ERC 6551? Well, it builds upon the existing ERC 721, which is a typical non-fungible token. So like a piece of artwork or something that cannot be duplicated. And ERC 1155, which is a semi-fungible token. So let's say I'm playing RuneScape, right? RuneScape is a popular MMO, or at least it used to be, and you could have 100 different bronze swords. Now those bronze swords are all the same amongst themselves, but they're different to, let's say, a set of iron swords, or black sword, or mithril sword, so on and so forth. So that's this semi-fungible standard there. ERC 6551 takes these concepts further by introducing a range of new features designed to enhance the functionality and the usability of NFTs. These include improved metadata standards. Okay, that's good, because currently there's no real defined metadata standard for these two NFT types, which is good. The ability to bundle multiple NFTs together and enhanced on-chain royalties. Okay, that's really good, because royalties has been quite an issue when it comes to DeFi. Like, some marketplaces support them, some marketplaces don't, among others. So the simple idea behind this new protocol is that every NFT has a wallet. So your NFT has a full wallet that your NFT owns. That means your NFT can own any asset on chain, and your NFT can do anything on chain. By giving NFTs wallets, NFTs now become users on Ethereum. So an NFT is basically an account. It's like a person now. But what does this actually mean for NFTs, and what does it mean for you as a user? Okay, so one of the key improvements is enhanced metadata standards. Metadata is information that describes the attributes of an NFT, such as its name, description, and image. In previous standards, the metadata was often stored off-chain. So we store it in something like IPFS or Arweave, or in a centralized manner, which will lead to issues with performance, or permanence, which is data storage, and censorship. So 6551 proposes a new standard for on-chain metadata. Interesting. Ensuring that the information describing an NFT is as permanent and immutable as the token itself. Okay, that's really good. This not only enhances the security and reliability of NFTs, but also opens up new possibilities for complex attributes and traits, potentially leading to more intricate and interesting digital assets. Okay, that's really good, because you would expect, an NFT, everything to be stored on the blockchain where the NFT itself is minted, but no. The way they work right now is you mint or create a token on, let's say, Ethereum, and the metadata, or the actual image and the name, description, is stored off-chain. Now it's either stored in IPFS, which is a decentralized peer-to-peer network, which is not a blockchain, or it's stored on Arweave, which is a blockchain. And both of these solutions are very viable, but it would be a lot better if we could keep them on the same chain where the NFT actually exists. Alright, so bundling of NFTs. Another innovative feature is the ability to bundle multiple NFTs together. This allows for the creation of complex digital assets that consist of multiple parts, each with its own unique attributes. Honestly, the first thing I think of when I read this is real estate. This might be the improvement proposal that actually enables real estate NFTs, like proper real estate NFTs. Because think about it, like, say you got a property that's like 64 units, right? So a massive apartment complex, there's 64 individual units. Now, it's common that not one entity is going to own all of those units. Maybe there's a couple, right, who own like 16, and so on and so forth. So it's like, it's almost fractionalized, right? There's no one singular owner. But with this EIP, that could be a lot easier and a lot more realistic to implement. Obviously, there's regulatory issues and legal issues, but besides that, I think this would be a nice push to make those regulatory issues, not irrelevant, but a non-issue or less of an issue in the future. Let's read on. So for example, an artist could create a digital artwork that consists of several individual pieces, each represented by an NFT, which can be owned and traded separately or as a whole. This feature not only adds a new layer of complexity and utility, but opens up new possibilities. Yes. Okay, unique car, where each part of the car is separate. Cool. Right, so this one to me seems really exciting. So enhanced on-chain royalties. So this means that creators can set a royalty percentage that they will receive every time their NFT is sold on the secondary market. So this just means any other marketplace from where the NFT was minted. This is a significant improvement over previous standards, which often relied on off-chain agreements or platform-specific rules or royalties. Now, this is important to note because OpenSea had this whole issue, OpenSea filter registry, where they prevented you from basically listing your NFTs on marketplaces that did not support royalties, such as Blur. And I believe it still exists, but with this standard, it seems to be an on-chain enforced royalty, which is huge. ERC 6551 royalties, they're enforced for the smart contract itself, ensuring that creators are compensated for their work no matter where their NFT is sold. That's amazing. More sustainable artwork. Yep, that's amazing. Okay, so we'll go for use cases. So artwork and collectibles. The ability to bundle NFTs together opens up new possibilities. On-chain royalties. Gaming. Again, it talks about bundling them and like complex assets like a unique character, a vehicle made up of individual parts, which can be owned, traded independently. Real estate, here we go. In the real estate sector, 6551 could be used to tokenize properties, with each token representing a unique piece of real estate. This is literally what I just mentioned, how you have a big apartment complex, but maybe not. I only want to own one unit, right? I want to own just that one unit, just that one apartment, single apartment. So that's how you would do it. The enhanced metadata standards could be used to store information about the property, such as location, size, condition. This can make the real estate market more transparent and efficient and open up new possibilities for fractional ownership and investment. Intellectual property. 6551 could also be used to tokenize intellectual property rights, such as patents or copyrights. Blah, 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 blah. On-chain royalties. Excellent. So there's some challenges. So with any EIP, whenever there's a new EIP that's proposed, the biggest challenge is this one, adoption. So if you head over to the OpenSea GitHub, so this is talking about the filter registry, which is what I just mentioned, where they prevent other marketplaces, they prevent you from being able to list other marketplaces that do not support royalties. Now, the royalty standard is this one here, EIP 2981, and this is not enforced on chain. So this relies on people simply adopting this EIP, whereas this one enforces it on chain, but it still relies on adoption. So the first challenge is adoption, and another big one is regulatory uncertainty. The legal status of NFTs is still unclear in many jurisdictions, and the introduction of new features like on-chain royalties could further complicate the matter. Regulators will need to catch up with the technology to provide clarity. We've seen how that's been going recently, with Polygon being deemed a security. A lot of crypto is suddenly being deemed a security, but then Ripple won their lawsuits. So it's looking good, and BlackRock has issued this whole thing with ETFs, and honestly, this whole crypto adoption is going to be a bloody mess, I think, but it's going to happen regardless of whether you like it or not. So I'd rather get familiar with it now, get ahead of the game now, rather than wait until later when CBDCs are a thing and they can control your income, what you spend it on, all that good stuff. But there's still problems with NFTs and the way they work, and again, royalties is a big one. How do you guarantee that I'm definitely going to get paid a percentage every time my piece of work gets sold? Well, this is how. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.